So today we're reviewing the GoolRC remote control helicopter. It's a stabilised helicopter, boxed. A few basic details. Put it in the box. Inside we've got the helicopter strapped down so it doesn't move about when it's being shipped, and the remote control that's strapped to the back of the packaging. We've also got the instruction leaflet. I'll have a quick bit for this. So I think this is English and Chinese together. So you've got the details of the controls. A few basic details about charging, what the two LEDs on the controller mean, and how to trim the helicopter. So it needs adjusting to stop it rotating when you're not pressing buttons. And then you've got the basic controls. So you've got up and down, left rotation, right rotation, and forward and backward. And then a detail of all the parts involved in the unit. Also in the box you've got a spare A propeller and a B propeller, and a spare one of the propellers for the back. So if we take this off the base, I've obviously already had this out and tested it. So, very simple, lightweight helicopter, nice, easy, flexible landing gear. And you can see underneath you've got the infrared receiver, and you've got the charging socket, and you've got the power switch. So if you turn the power switch on, you get this light at the front, so you can obviously tell which way round it is, although being a helicopter it's fairly straightforward. So that's the helicopter. Obviously got two, I think these are contra-rotating sets of propellers which keep it stabilised, plus the bar on the top, and then you've got the, I think this controls the steering at the back. So that's the helicopter, and then we've got the remote control. So this is an infrared remote control, so it will only work when there is line of sight between these emitters at the top here and this at the base on the helicopter. So you need to bear that in mind. You've got the elevation, and then you've got your forwards, backwards and rotation control. You've also got your power and the channel selection, so it's possible to run multiples of these. In this push down panel at the front we've got a charging cable, so the helicopter charges directly from the remote and the batteries in the remote. So you charge this in underneath, and it took about half an hour, and that should give you about 8 minutes of flight. I've not actually timed it. Also on top of the remote you've got these two buttons here, and that's the trimming, as I mentioned, to stop the helicopter just rotating of its own accord. So the helicopter takes, the remote control takes AA batteries, and these are in the panel at the rear. I haven't undone that completely. There we go. So you've got room for 6 AA batteries. Pop these out. Careful to watch that you are changing the orientation of the batteries every battery, otherwise it won't work. First thing to check really, if you don't get any comms, or any light indeed, and after that check the channel. So turn that on, we get a red light, we then turn on the helicopter and see, got the light on there. I won't take it off here because you won't see it once it goes off camera, but it is very easy to fly. The only thing I found was to give it plenty of throttle to start with to get it off the ground. Obviously it will want to move ever so slightly in one of the directions when it first gets power and tries to lift off, and if you don't give it enough power, depending on the surface you're on, the feet will dig in slightly and then it'll either tip forwards or it'll tip to the sides. So best to give it a bit more power than you think, get it off the ground, and then ease off the throttle and bring it down to an acceptable height, and then start controlling the direction. So there you go, that is the GoolRC remote control helicopter. Thank you.